Let me know when you live.
Yes, sir.
Hey, shalom. We the Isupk started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. I'm priest in office of Danya Allah. This is the Wednesday night law class. If you got any questions, type it in. If not, we're gonna move on with the topic. We're gonna give it about a few seconds to see if anybody online type it in. If not, I'm gonna proceed. Is anything online?
Not yet, sir.
Type them questions in, whatever you got to ask. Is it a Bible down there or something I can use? The water. All right. Any questions in the room? All right, no questions, no questions. All right. First thing I'm gonna go into. The mass shooting that just happened. When did it happen?
Yesterday, sir.
It just happened yesterday, right? Now, yesterday was a mass shooting. When was the other mass shooting that happened?
The mass shooting that happened
In Buffalo.
Yeah, in Buffalo, about a week and a half ago.
About a week and a half ago. What's the difference with those two mass shootings? While y'all think about the answer, let me look up something. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay. What was the difference from this shooting and the last shooting? Somebody type it in. Let me know if anybody typed it in. Anybody typed it in yet?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet. All right, do you know?
The difference is one was a brother, and the other one was a devil.
Right, but what was it there? And it was also something that was a big difference. It was also something that was a big difference. Oh, shit, close out. I'll tell you. One is dead and one is not. Now, the Buffalo shooting killed what, 10 people? and somehow that shooter made it to handcuffs. Now, as far as I know, the Texas shooter was Hispanic, and he's dead now. How in the hell the Buffalo shooter is not dead? Which is what we've been saying since the shooting happened. And now that another shooting happened, and that shooter is dead, and we look at the race of that shooter, and the race of that shooter, as far as I know, was not white, was not a Caucasian. They was, to my understanding, was an Israelite, and they're dead.
Right.
Both shooters should be dead, if that was the case. I'm not understanding the difference. I am not understanding the difference. Why is one shooter dead and the other one is not? That is crazy. It is crazy. It is. Give me Lamentations. What is it? 4 and 18. Let's go to Lamentations 4 and 18, man. Let's start at 17. Matter of fact, let's start at 16.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 16. The anger of the Lord hath divided them.
Let's start at 15.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 15. They cried unto them, Depart ye, it is unclean. Depart, depart, touch not. When they fled away and wandered, they sit among the heathen. They shall no more sojourn there. Verse 16.
When they sent away the heathen, they said you no longer shall sojourn there. Read.
Verse 16. The anger of the Lord hath divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. Verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fell for our vain help.
Our eyes have yet fell for our vain help. Meaning, we're looking for help, and the help we're looking for is vain.
Right.
Meaning what? Us in America, how are we looking for vain help? What is that saying? What is that saying? Tell me what that's saying. You know, Nakar?
It's basically explaining how, like politicians today, we cast our vote. We rush down to the voting polls religiously every 4 years on the mark, and we try to vote in the person that we think is better for us and is going to help us. But every time, we vote, we get nothing in return. Like Joe Biden. Joe Biden promised us the moon and the stars. He hit us with a whole pimp move. He's like, I'm gonna make you a star. Yeah, he get in office. He gives homosexuals and agents a specific bill when he came in right after the whole George Floyd incident. That was the talk of the town, not what's happening to the homosexuals and the Asians. You know what I'm saying? Like Asian hate, they was getting some hate momentarily. Where is that now? It's not around. Like the black hate is still there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like dang up right there.
Right. And also it's a specific bill. Right? I think you said Pacific, but it's how do we from the
Specific.
yeah.
Specific. That's what I said.
Yeah, specific. Oh, all right. So that was my error. That's what you said. That's a lot. That's a lot. So no, but what you're saying is correct. What you actually saying is actually correct, right? Because they are looking for these politicians, these religious leaders,
Right.
and they're looking for vain help. You turn into them for help. For what? You're not getting nothing out of it, and there's never anything that they did that can give you any help. You said you had something?
Lost.
Oh, all right, Salaki. Yeah, you can read on.
This book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fell for our vain help, and our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Oh, listen, go ahead, Nicole.
If I could, sometimes I get, I look at people, I sit back and analyze individuals. And people that understand some kind of truth and just have a sense of understanding, like Sunday, right? A lot of times everybody start folding back and not coming together, whereas though you can tell that we're comfortable here in America. And we do know that these people hunt our steps, and we know that these people, really, we know that they cannot help us. We know that.
Who do we know can help us?
Really, a lot of people don't know is Isupk.
Which is our nation.
Right.
We don't know our nation can help us.
Right.
And we turn to a nation that can help us. But Salaki, you can finish your point.
Yeah, most time Christ. Wow. So like when you look at how we operate, we too comfortable here in America.
Right.
Like even with the whole feminist movement and the gay movement, like we really feel as comfortable to try to, like, the feminist movement and the gay movement is literally against the man. And we don't understand it's a war on the man. Yeah, you done had multiple rides all in your private parts, you know what I'm saying? All in your intersections, right? And those guys were wrong for doing you wrong. But what you gotta realize and understand, the world is more to life than your intersections. You know what I mean? Like the black man, Hispanic, Native American man, and woman is at war. So when we look at for these people for help, no, these are the very same people that sit behind closed doors and plot against our demise. They push the gay movement. They push the feminist movement because it brings down the value and it also brings down the integrity of the man, because nowadays, men ain't men no more. And women, they believe that a man has to be traditional, but they don't have to be traditional. And if a man don't have a traditional woman at home, it really plays a huge part on his psyche. It plays a huge role on how he deals with individuals, and it also deals with his spirit, because every black, Hispanic, Native American man is a soldier by blood. You understand? Like a man is supposed to pick up a sword and a shield and protect his people. And when we don't see that we need to come together and come to our nation and rely on us and throw away all the gender, the whole gender agenda and the gay agenda, all that. We throw that and start trying to look for these people for help, and we come back home. Then that's when we're gonna actually start seeing real concrete, iron-fied results.
Right, that's a fact. That is a fact. And that's why the Lord put the Isupk here, so we can make sure that happens.
Right.
Because without us, we're going to continue to turn to a nation where we have no hope with. You could read on?
And if I could, one more time, sir, like when we look through history, they say history repeats itself.
Right.
So with history repeating itself over and over and over again, we got to start to look at, okay, how many times we gonna keep getting smacked in the face? It's like we in a domestic relationship with America. You know what I'm saying? Like America keep beating on us and smacking us, choking us. you know what I mean, hanging us over around, throwing cake in our face, telling us to eat it. Like, and we still don't realize, yo, man, I need to get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? I need to remove myself from this situation. It's a lot.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. How long are we going to take the abuse before we realize that the only reason we're getting abused is because this is not our place. We don't belong here.
Right.
So how about we go where we do belong, or we go where we're wanted or whatnot. And the only way to get to that place is by keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Without that, there's nothing else you can do. And that's just hardcore, rock solid facts. You know, there's nothing else. That's rock solid facts. You know, so we keep the law, statutes, and commandments because that's what everything go back to. Law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, we can get to where we going.
Right.
If you can read on.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Our end is near. Read it one more time. That is heavy.
They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
They hunt our steps. How do they hunt our steps? How do they hunt our steps? Go ahead.
Shoot, you know, we can take it back in the day. Them scouting us, scouting our camps and our villages, before the whole bombard that they came through with, up to today. Well, let's go, a little in between, we running away from the slave master house.
Mm-hmm.
They hunting our steps then. And now, those same people that patrolled, that was on slave patrol, now they still rock the same signet and shield. And, they
put a uniform on.
Yeah, they just, they put a uniform on, and now, they hunt our steps in the streets. Like every black person that got pulled over, you know that you do not look like a suspect. Me personally, I had on interview clothes. I came from an interview earlier that day. I had dress shoes on, khakis, button up. I look innocent.
And they still question.
And they still pulled me over. Of course, I was dirty. But I ain't do the crime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and they hunt your steps, man. They sit in like anybody that drive. Cops will sit in some of the weirdest places and would just hunt you like.
You do 2 miles over the speed limit. You do 2 miles over the speed limit. You get pulled over. Like, yo, they hunt us in every single way possible.
Right.
It's 12 o'clock at night and you happen to be walking to the store with your hood up. This is why America gotta fall, man. Because, like I said earlier, there is no way that this goddamn school shooter from last week should be alive when they killed this school shooter. And every Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian know why this school shooter died and the last one didn't. Whether you in the truth or not. You know why this one is dead and the last one is not dead. Like, let's be real. When are we going to wake up? You know how many conversations I have with people who tell you they know the white man is racist. They know the oppressor is the devil. They know the oppressor is racist. They see all the stuff in America happening because of racism. But then when they go on to talk about religion, they totally leave out with the conversation that they just had. And it's like, yo, black people know for sure that the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. You know, the issue is they got it drilled in their mind. Even though I feel like that, I really can't feel that way because Jesus is white. Paul is white. All the apostles of the Bible is white. When we clearly know, man, we black people, we in the time where we know what's going on. They putting it right in our face. And this is one thing that I will say. Let me get Luke 13 and 4. We might got to start at verse 1. Tell me what, let's read. Let's start at verse 1.
Luke 13 and 1.
Yep, Luke 13 and 1. Let's start at 1.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 13 and verse 1. There were present at that season some that told him of the Galileans, whose blood Pilate had mingled with their sacrifices.
Now, there was some, right? Some people came to Christ and they was telling him about, what happened. And let me see. This is 13 and 1. Oh, yeah. Pilate, right? Read that one more time. Salaki.
The book of Luke, chapter 13 and verse 1. There were present at the season that some told him of the Galileans, whose blood Pilate had mingled with their sacrifices.
Now, something had happened where Pilate had killed the Galileans and mingled their blood with the sacrifices they was about to make. Read.
Come. And Yahushua answered, said unto them, suppose ye that these Galileans were sinners above all the Galileans, because they suffered such things?
Now, Christ said to them, okay, he mingled their blood with their sacrifice. Suppose they were sinners above everybody else. You think that because of the type of death that they suffered? Read.
Come. I tell you, nay.
I tell you, no. They didn't suffer that death because they was more wicked than anybody else. Read.
Right. Except ye repent.
They suffered that death because they didn't repent. Read.
Ye shall all likewise perish.
You shall all die the same way if you don't repent. These mass shootings and everything that happened, yes, it's a horrible thing. It's a very horrible thing, especially for, the times we're in for the families to deal with, right? He shouldn't have shot the school up. And that's one thing too. The LGBT community is going to have to answer for what one of their members did. They members lost their mind and shot an elementary school up. Why? Because they was making fun of his clothes and they was bullying him for being a homosexual. He was poor, his clothes was bad, and he was gay. So they bullied him. So what'd he do? Go shoot up an elementary. He don't even shoot up the goddamn school of the people that was bullying him. He goes shoot up the goddamn elementary school. You can die the same way if you don't repent. Also, why didn't he shoot up the school where he was being bullied? He decided to shoot up an elementary school. Let somebody online just answer that. Instead of going to the school where he was being bullied, he goes shoot up an elementary school. Why is that? Look, is there any questions online? All right. Here's why he did it. It's a lot. Here's why he did it. Because them homos, I don't even know if I can say that word. Can I say that word?
Yeah, you
Can say that word on live? All right. Them homosexuals are violent. Instead of hurting the people that hurt him, he go and hurt other people. He shouldn't have did any of it, right? But you go to try to make a statement by killing kids. You also want to know another thing why he killed kids too? He was also hurt as a kid. That's why he's a homosexual. That's why he's a transgender. He's a transgender because he was hurt as a kid. So what he do? He go kill kids.
Right.
In his mind, he probably believed he was saving these kids from growing up and suffering the same fate that he suffered. I mean, if any of these kids want to be homosexual, I'm going to save them. Or I'm taking these kids out of their misery. Why? Because of what happened to him when he was a kid. So instead of confronting the people that made you feel how you felt, you go and kill innocent little kids, little babies. You go and kill little kids because homosexuals are violent, man. That alphabet community is very violent. Go ahead in the car.
If I could, I got a preset on the demon that that flows through the gay community. Also, monkeypox is also in Cleveland. Better word to say. Had Cleveland to the gay community. They're saying that it could have mutated from it was a gay. I don't know. It was like a gay festival that was going on in Spain, and it kind of floated from around that era. Knowing what in the world them people was doing things that they wasn't supposed to be doing, of course. But that same spirit. I have Genesis, the 19th chapter, about maybe I can try to skip through it a little bit. All right, it's the book of Genesis, chapter 19, verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. And he said, Behold, now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Verse 3, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned and unto him, and entered into his house, and he had made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. All right. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round. So now these homosexuals
Aggressive.
got this demon on them, and they're circling the house. You know what I mean? Compass the house round, both old and young. So you got the older homosexuals that groom the younger homosexuals.
Right.
All the people from every quarter, and they called him to Lot. So now, how the gay community operate, when they are in the whole collective, they become violent. That's why you have the whole incident with Dave Chappelle. You have this mass shooting right here. And also the mass, I don't want to say genocide, attempted genocide of the straight Black, Hispanic, Native American man race, even into the white man. But, whatever with the white man, their whole agenda is to effeminate and emasculate the Black, Hispanic, Native American man. And my whole thing is the same spirit that they operate through to the point now, pronouns and all this now, just to say you a man, they got the gay community got something as thick as this, the determine what pronoun you are.
Right.
So now we gonna say I'm a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're gonna say, no, you're not a man, you're a cis man. That's what we're considering you. You're an idiot. You know what I mean? That demon got you making all types of pronouns up. Non-binary, I'm a serf. There's so many pronouns, sir. Like I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and I'm like, what in the world is wrong with these people? And the conclusion is, it's a demon. It's the same demon right here. And verse 5, and they called unto Lot, and they said unto him, where are the men which came indeed this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. Now, in ISUK, you know what I mean? In ISUK, we break down to know somebody means to lay down that person.
Right.
These dirty individuals want to have sex with the men of the Lord.
Who they don't even know that's in.
They don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the demon. Like, you don't have, like, you're trying to rape these men. That's evil as hell. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to, you're disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that young brother, that shot up the elementary school because he was being teased and bullied. You know what I mean? He's a product of what happens when you don't install the masculinity in that brother.
Right.
That brother, if he would have that masculine energy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He would have been like, man, the hell with y'all. It wouldn't even probably happen because why he wouldn't even be gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
For her.
to finish it,
Mm-hmm.
boom. And I'm gonna try to skip down. Verse 8, it says, behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as it is good in your eyes, only unto these men do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And
Now he offering his daughters,
right,
who never been touched by a man. Like,
right.
yo, I'd rather y'all have them versus y'all having these men who came into my roof.
Right.
So
Keep going, sir.
yeah, keep going. Yep, you can keep going.
Come. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be judged. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them, and press sore upon the men, even Lot, and came near to break the door. The men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they were wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters, and whosoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place? For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord has sent us to destroy it. And if I could, like, the Lord would not take pleasure in a man dealing with a man and a woman dealing with a woman. This is for brothers that might not understand this, and sisters that might not understand what I'm about to say. It is in your DNA to be submissive to a man. You know what I'm saying? It's in your DNA. You know, it ain't for you to be a warrior, shield, maiden. You thinking that you about to be a man, and it ain't meant for you to rule over in a relationship.
And do me a favor, while you explaining that, pull up on the screen how you get monkeypox. Yeah, while you explaining what you explaining, pull this up on the screen. But go ahead, you can finish your point.
So, boom. So, sisters, you know, it's in your DNA to be submissive to a man. You know what I'm saying? It's in your DNA, and that is for you to serve your man. It's for you to be under your man and be led. You know, men in the army has to be led, and you sisters got to be led as well. You know what I'm saying? So, for sure, you know what I mean, the Lord, you know what I mean, do not take pleasure in, you know what I mean, the homosexuality, and definitely all of this feminist bullcrap, because it destroys the home that you see. All right, you said the bread.
Pull up how you get monkeypox.
How?
Because everything you're saying is correct, right? And it's crazy because none of this is new. Like there's nothing new under the sun, right? We just read the whole story. We just read the whole story in the Bible about how the Lord was against people who was trying to commit acts against men that was angels, and they was trying to commit a bunch of homosexual bestiality. They was trying to commit anything, and the Lord was against it, right? All this stuff, listen, all this stuff is the same. All of it. Homosexuality, bestiality, all that is the same. Let's read how do you get monkeypox. If you could read that, Boa Control.
Monkeypox is largely transmitted through close skin-to-skin contact with people who have lesions as a result of the virus.
Or Google how you get monkeypox. I think it's a better way that explains it that come up. You Google how you get monkeypox. Just type it in at the top. Just take away can at the top and then just see what comes up. Okay, hold on, let me see. Hold on. Okay, how does a person get monkeypox? Type that in. Because I'm looking at one way that they explain it, and it's like the perfect. How does a person get monkeypox? It's coming up with the same thing, right? Let me see. Scroll down. Nope, let me see. Yeah, let's go to the CDT. Hold on. I guess the definition I pull up on the phone comes up in the computer. So this is cool. You can scratch it. I'm gonna read this. How do you get monkeypox? Monkeypox can be caught from an infection from wild animal in parts of West and Central Africa. It's thought to be spread by rodents such as rats, mice, and squirrels. You can also catch monkeypox from an infected animal if you are bitten or touches blood, bodily fluids, spots, blisters, or scabs. Transmission of the monkeypox is when a person comes into close contact with the virus from an animal, human, or someone with broken skin, respiratory tracts, or mucous membranes, eyes, nose, mouth. So it's telling you, right? How you can get monkeypox, and also one of the ways that you can get monkeypox is through homosexuality. Basically, I got to word it different so the video don't get taken down.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, so you get monkeypox through homosexuality. Man to man, woman to woman. Guess what happens? You're going to get monkeypox. AIDS just wasn't slowing y'all down. AIDS wasn't slowing y'all down enough. So you know what the Lord did? He sent something called monkeypox to help slow it down even faster. Go ahead in the car.
All right. So if I could, you understand, like back in the day, they used to call AIDS gay cancer, right? And because most gay men was getting AIDS and dying by the disease, right? And we know, learning the truth about the living God, Yahweh, you know, that he formulates these diseases that happen, you know, that occur on the earth. So here we go again. We have monkeypox. We know in the book of Matthew that pestilence is going to come. So we just got hit with COVID-19, and we still getting hit with COVID-19 to this day. It just piked back up, 400 cases a day. Now we have the monkeypox virus, and this is CNN. All right, this is the CDC. It says anyone can get monkeypox, but CDC warns the LGBTQP community about greater chance.
What is the P for?
Pedophiles. Yeah, because, you know, Salakia, sir, you can't judge, I can't judge, we can't judge nobody. Everybody should have the liberty to explore their sexual desires.
So that's true, unless you want two women.
If you want two women, you're a dog.
Something wrong with you. Your mind need to be checked. You're not in the right state of mind. But you mean to tell me? Come on, Dakar, help me out. I'm not understanding it. Men get another woman and lose half of everything.
Right.
But they're fighting for pedophiles and transgenders. Come on. You love is love who you love.
Yeah. So now the pedophiles, they feel as though that, hey, you know, if love is love, you know, a pedophile, they are foul and disgusting. They sit in the crummiest corners and be predators. So they like, what? You know what I mean? Their community like, look, love is love, right? You know what I'm saying? So now they being warned by the CDC, right? And they say that we're crazy for having multiple wives and ISBK, but nobody's having gay. We're not making gay sex. You know, two women, we ain't making our wives sleep with each other. You know what I mean? We ain't picking up women that
like
got
Nature Boy.
and
Ain't he in jail?
Yeah, he got locked up because I forgot the charges. I think he had kidnapped somebody.
Yeah. And also he was forcing them to engage in sexual activities.
Yeah, he had
touching on boys and all that.
Yeah, he
like,
had grown men rubbing his feet on Instagram.
But when we decide to have a woman and get another one, we are crucified for it.
Right.
when the LGBT community is fighting for rights to not be judged based off of who they love. Why can't we get the same respect? I love her and I love her. So I gotta get divorced and give up half of what I. Come on, man, make it make sense.
Yeah, calm. And really, again, the gay movement, the abortion movement, it's all, even like the feminist movement. Like this feminist movement is running so rampant that you got chicks like Vivica A. Fox, you know what I'm saying, and her little panel. She got a show with Lisa Ray, a bunch of older chicks that ain't married, that don't got a man. You know what I'm saying? They sitting there all busted and disgusted, you know what I mean? Looking like a Cornish hen. If you feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Sitting like a Cornish hen, if you feel what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Busted and disgusted, and they like talking down on black men. Ice Cube, the feminist movement is so poisonous. Ice Cube, everybody came at Ice Cube about sitting down with Donald Trump. But when you actually hear what Ice Cube was proposing, he said, listen, I wasn't doing all this with all the other black guys wanting to go see Trump. I actually came in there with a folder for a bill that they can pass for black people to benefit off it. It was, he said, I went to the Democrats and they ain't want to pick up on it. Definitely your boy Biden, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris tried to capitalize off of Ice Cube. You know what I mean? That's another story. But while he's talking about this, them black sisters, the whole feminist movement is just attacking Ice Cube, attacking him. Well, all they had to end when he said, they asked him, well, is there anything in there for black women? He like, no, it's just for all black people. Well, how you don't got nothing in there for black women? See, that's the problem. That's the problem. We won't mind you. Ice Cube can put money in your pocket, Lisa, right?
Right.
Disgusting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? And then here go a black man that y'all try to crucify him. And that's just a product of the gay community. And this is why the Lord is plaguing the gay community, because the Lord don't like
time after time.
Yeah, the Lord don't like the fact that that the homosexual community try to destroy the homes that the Lord is trying to build back up through the Isupk. And if I could, I'm gonna keep reading.
Go ahead.
So, okay, if anybody want to look this up, I'll post a link.
It ain't no questions online, right?
Yes, sir. All right, I'll post a link in the comment section. All right, this is CNN. All right, public records. It says anyone can get or spread monkeypox, but a notable fraction of cases in the latest global outbreak are happening among the gay and bisexual men. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control Convention said Monday. Now, so the CDC, are they homophobic? You understand? The gay community.
Are they going to come up against them for what they're saying? Mind you, the CDC can have a whole website posting that, but if we say that on our platform, we got to make a whole new YouTube channel and everything. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly. And the truth is that the Lord is also punishing the gay community for pushing forth, to bring the topic in, because I was going to pull up something on the topic of abortions, right? The gay community is on the forefront. They are in the vanguard for the whole abortion. When you go look inside those videos, you see them little bushy behind lesbians. You see the gay men. You know what I'm saying? You see the whole homosexual community, along with the feminists, and along with the sister that is just destroyed. You know what I'm saying? They're pushing that agenda. So again, the Lord is bringing this on the gay community for numerous reasons. All right, it says some groups may have a greater chance of exposure right now. but by no means in the current risk of exposure to monkeypox, exclusively to the gay and bisexual community in the U.S., said Dr. John Brooks, Chief Medical Officer for the CDC Division of HIV and AIDS Prevention. So here goes this guy. He works, it's pretty much we good from right there. Kind of sums it all up. This doctor, John Brooks, right? Y'all want to go with John Money and with the whole gender and you can change it? Well, let's go listen to Dr. John Brooks from the CDC.
Let's get it.
That is on your side, that can help medical pharmaceutical companies help get y'all the AIDS and HIV and the herpes count in your body to go down to the point where it cannot be detected.
Undetectable, and that's crazy.
Yeah, so that y'all can keep having gay sex. Listen to this. Dr. John Brooks, Chief Medical Officer for the CDC Division of AIDS and HIV Prevention. So this man is here. He's been on your side. This white man been on your side, Dr. John Brooks. You understand? And he's trying to tell you homosexuals that the Lord is giving you another disease. And y'all better calm it down. Really, just stop being gay. Because this monkeypox is something on the market. And it's hot. And it's coming. And it's coming.
Listen, it's going to wipe them out. Listen, the numbers, what the Lord constantly do for the Isupk is time after time he proved us right. This monkeypox is going to wipe them out at such a large number, and it's going to be so lovely when we go out on the street and teach, and when we come in class and teach. It's going to wipe them out so much. Monkeypox, it might be the new AIDS, HIV. Listen, if that stopped y'all from, if AIDS or HIV didn't stop y'all from having gay sex, monkeypox might not, but it's a step closer from getting rid of and exposing everyone who is agreeing with that.
Right.
Like the Lord is constantly putting out plagues. Let's get Leviticus 20 and 13. Let's go to that. That's a milk scripture. Let's go to Leviticus 20 and 13 because the Lord prophesied this and he constantly let you know that this is going to happen.
Come on. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 20 verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
Both of y'all committed an abomination. What's an abomination? A hateful act. Something that's disgusting in the eyes of the Lord. If a man lies with another man or a woman lies with another woman, if a man lies with another man as he lies with mankind, the Lord look at that as a disgusting act. Right? Read on.
Come. Both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death.
Both of them have committed an abomination, and they shall surely be put to death. This is the part I want. Read.
Come. Their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood shall be upon them, meaning your blood shall be upon you, meaning because you committed this sinful act, it's your fault that this is happening to you. And also their blood shall be upon them, meaning what? This act that they're committing is a blood act that they gotta die for. This is something that's in the blood of them. HIV, AIDS, that's dealing with blood. Monkeypox, dealing with blood. All these things and curses and everything that the Lord set forth for the LGBTQ, LMNOP, HIJK, community, whatever the hell numbers they want to put, alphabet community. Every curse he set for them has to do with blood. And that's no coincidence. It's prophesied in the Bible. the reason this is happening, man. It's prophesied in the goddamn Bible.
Right.
The Lord is against homosexuality. The Lord is against abortions. The Lord is against everything, man. Whatever the Christian church teach, the Lord is against.
That's right.
Anybody outside of the ISUPK, whatever they teach, the Lord is against. That's just plain, simple, and it's facts. That is facts. The Lord is against it. So monkeypox is created. Why? Because Africans like eating animals they shouldn't eat. Africans have been eating animals they shouldn't have been eating for years.
Right.
You know, Chinese people been eating animals they shouldn't have been eating for years. So monkeypox is created because what? Somebody ate an animal they shouldn't have ate? No, monkeypox was created to kill people who are doing things they shouldn't have did.
Right.
You know how you survive monkeypox? Don't be a homosexual. Don't engage in sexual activities with the same sex. If you can do that, guess what? You survive monkeypox. Plain and simple. The laws of, let me look up this. Give me the scripture where it says, the Lord's laws are not grievous. I believe that is 1 John 5:2. Let's see what that says.
So what again, sir?
1 John 5:2. Hold on. That's not it. Where it says, hold on. Not grievous. 1 John 5:3. My bad. 1 John 5:3.
Okay. This is the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
For this is the love of God. What is the love of God? We go ahead in the car.
Not being gay.
Yes, because if we keep his commandments, guess what? You're not going to keep getting monkeypox and suffering from what the hell you suffering for, man.
Right.
This is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. All the Lord asks you to do is don't do anything he tell you not to do. And guess what? You won't get monkeypox. You won't have to worry about, listen, us in the ISUPK are not worried about dropping our kids off at school and an active school shooter is going to come shoot the school up. If someone from the ISUPK has a kid in your school, you should be happy. You should go to the nearest ISUPK school, pay tithes, and thank them. Listen, your kid go to my school. Guess one thing I know about that school, that the Lord is protecting it. Why? Because that kid. This is a priest of the Lord child that's in this school, worried about who coming in there to do what. They're going to drop dead the moment they even load up a gun, thinking they're going to come and harm anyone while the priest's son is in there. Come on, man. That's not how the Lord works. Any active shooter is going to drop dead if they think about doing anything while a priest and prophet of the Lord child is in the same goddamn 5-mile radius. That's why y'all should thank us. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, for that is the love of God. Read on.
Come. And his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not grievous. Grievous mean hard. His commandments is not hard to do. That's why I don't understand why when Christians say, you mean to tell me we got to keep all the laws, all the commandments? They say it as if like, yo, how can I keep 600 plus commandments? How can I keep it? It is easy. It's not hard. It is not a hard thing to do. Keeping the Lord's law, statutes, and commandment is not something hard. The fight comes in you fighting your flesh and not to break them. He's not asking you to do anything that's hard. You make them hard. That's all. You come into the truth, and you be in the truth long enough. There's a lot of things that you fought with that will be a piece of cake now. It'll be like it's nothing. I had an addiction with this. I had an addiction with that. I did this. I did that. Guess what happened when you come into the truth and you really fight and dedicate your life to the Lord? Those things no longer become an issue to you. That's how the Lord works. That's how the Lord works. Read on.
If I could, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good night. So they had a whole. Hey, hold on. Oh man. So downtown today.
Yes, I seen that. Yes. Let's talk about it. That's perfect. You brought it up at the right time. Yes.
Downtown today, and I didn't even know. All right, but again, this whole feminist, gay movement, abortion movement. This is why monkeypox is going to hit. The gay community, the LGBTQ community, be prepared for long suffering. Like you're going to have to long suffer these things that the Lord is going to bring your way, because here in Philadelphia, a bunch of our women that don't care about their uterus, you don't care about your womb, you don't care about your box. You know what I'm saying? It's going to become a graveyard. And one day you're going to try to have kids. You're going to try to settle down because you didn't put the box. You just slid your vagina card at every store. You're going to try to settle down with a good brother. You the Lord might let you get a good brother. You know what I mean? They're actually going to try to love you through all of your you know what I mean, your dragonistic ways, and you ain't gonna be able to bear a child. A bunch of brothers and sisters, sir, you understand, of these communities was all rallying downtown. And I have a picture right here where, and it's a shame, Will Smith put himself out there. The sister, it might be a white woman. It says, "Keep my uterus name out your effing mouth." And it has a picture of Will Smith. You understand? This is sad. You understand? Like, our sisters have gone to the point where they want to eat their babies. Like the Lord said what will happen if we go against them. Like, these sisters are eating their children, man.
Yes.
You're eating your children. That is not your baby. That's the Lord's child, man.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Let the white woman and African woman, Chinese and East Indian woman, Chinese people do it all the time. And it's a law to do it. Here you go, not realizing that you're fueling America. The same government that you want to bash and want to come down on, and all you so-called woke sisters that's down with the whole abortion movement, you're funding America, because America get a great good portion of that abortion money. That's how they was able, everybody want to talk about the vaccine, sir. They want to talk about the vaccine and how was they able to do it so quickly? Well, they was able to test on the dead fetuses parts that you gave them. You gave them that. You know what I mean? Because you're disgusted. You don't know how to keep your box closed. So now you up there having sex with man. Man shoot the club up. Man ain't nothing. I'm not ready for it, but you was ready to get the ride. You was on all fours. You was on twos. You know what I'm saying? You doing whatever you want to do now because it gets real. It gets to the when it's not taking you to hold some accountability with the gay and feminist movement don't want to hold themselves accountable. You know, they don't hold themselves accountable yet. So it's kill the baby. And it's so vile, they even say F that baby. That's one of their slogans. F that baby.
Listen, and it's America. It's the Christian church. It's the religious leaders that push them to feel like that. Like, did you see the picture of who was downtown? Nakar, did you see the picture of who was down there protesting?
Come.
It was nothing but Black, Hispanic, and they were young. I seen fully garbed Muslim women down there.
I actually got.
You got the picture?
I have the description. It says this morning, over 500 students from 10 schools across Philly. So these are young Black, Hispanic, and Native American sisters, man. Where is the parents at?
You know where the parents is at?
The parents is on OnlyFans and they at home while their child is in school sucking rod. That's what they're doing, sir.
That's a fact. And the parents is also doing what? Letting them know there's nothing wrong with getting an abortion because they was almost aborted.
Good night.
You know what saved them from being aborted? The mom didn't have $200.
Right.
Or health insurance. So these kids are down there standing for something that they don't know that's destroying the goddamn Black community. Let's go into the story of Moses, where Pharaoh said, if it's a boy, get rid of it. They don't understand, like, this is something that always was put in place to try to destroy us. Like, when I seen the picture and I seen how so many young sisters that are still in high school down there protesting, you know what that told me? They are telling these young sisters, even though you're in high school and having sex, you can still go to college. You just got to get rid of the baby in the process. You got to get rid of the goddamn baby. Down there for what? Stop having goddamn sex or use protection. Get on birth control. Yo, listen, it just, listen, Salaki, go ahead in the car because this is raw to be up.
Yeah.
I cannot stand this.
I'm up here, I'm turning the gears as we speak because this is love correction. All you sisters out there, listen, you brothers, man, you gotta start screen recording this and putting this on the internet. You better keep this game like the Lord give you game. You understand? And here's the game, man. A woman that don't want correction, you understand, she don't want protection. Straight up and down. And you brothers better start being wise on what you putting your rod into, because these the same chicks that y'all smashing and that y'all want and lusting after, their daughter was at that protest. Them daughters was at the protest, and they gonna be the ones that they also down with child support too. You know what I'm saying? They down with child support. They down with the whole thing to turn away from the Black man. And those sisters are so young and precious, man. They shouldn't be being taught and fighting for children to be slaughtered, man. They shouldn't fight for that. They should be fighting to sit up there and say, hey, man, put more of these after-school programs in our neighborhood. Give us more education on sex. You understand? Give us more programs and open back up these trade schools. I sit up there and push a whole agenda.
Right. And what you're saying is a fact, man, because the fact that we are having protests, once again, we are having protests, and in the process, we have 10 different high schools. Hey, Shalom, sorry about you. What's going on? Sorry, Salaki, you want the class?
No.
Well, I see the all that. Okay.
Got that out.
Most High Christ. So the fact that it's 10 different schools coming together to protest downtown, all races and religion.
they said,
How many different schools?
yeah, they said over 10. So you talk
Over 10,
about,
so it could be
you got
15,
free
it could
Erie,
be 20.
You got free Erie,
Mhm.
you got Roman Catholic, Prendy, Audible, you got all them schools.
It could be 10, it could be 15, it could be 20 different schools.
They said it was over 500 students down there.
Oh yeah, so we looking at damn near close to about 15 to 20 different schools that was probably out there. Over 500. You know, some of these schools ain't even that big. And hold about 80 students.
Man, and this is, and again, I'm charging you parents. I'm charging you.
The parent. And Salaki, if I could,
yeah.
What you saying is what make it so right? You have to charge. Listen, you have to charge the parents.
Right.
Because that's where these kids are learning it from. Listen, listen, you take a kid that's really young and raise it up and make the kid, whatever you teach that kid is going to grow up believing in that. Because you're the parent. Hey, look, I only do this because this is all I know. As I was growing up, this is all my mom and dad taught me. I don't know nothing else. There were some people that I ran into who actually didn't know what rap music was. And they didn't know because their parents never let them listen to rap music. A kid from birth will grow up and, follow whatever the hell you teach them. So those kids from, over 500 students, they out there protesting about abortion. Why? Because they believe in it? No, they're protesting about abortion because that's what they learned. Hey, Shalom, sir. That's what they learned. They learned abortion. So they come out where? City Hall. They get let out of school early. They go out to City Hall to do what? Protest. Half of them goddamn kids don't even have kids. And they're protesting about, don't tell me what to do with my body. You know what that is sending? You know the type of message that's sending to them? The message that they're getting is, I'm in high school and I got 2, 3, 4 years left to graduate. If I end up getting pregnant, I am going to abort my baby. Who are you to tell me not to? These are kids we talking about, man. You know how painful that is and how, crazy that is to see a goddamn kid. It's not even old enough to drive, to be out downtown protesting about their goddamn uterus. So, go ahead, Nicole, you can finish.
Yeah, I gotta charge you parents, man. We gonna charge you parents for being disgusting and vile individuals and not raising up your child, man. I understand, man, we all been through things, but man, enough is enough, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we ain't gonna spare your feelings. We don't care if you hate us, you cry, you need to hear it. You allowing your daughters to go outside and wear whatever they want. Your sons is carrying around automatic rifles and handguns when they only 13 to 14 years old. They getting killed because they up there going back and forth with other brothers and other individuals. And now I see more gay boys now than ever. You understand? I'm seeing way more gay little girls out here now. And another thing, y'all push and y'all condone the whole movement of these abortions.
Yes.
And these young girls don't even understand who they really are as a woman yet. They still don't understand themselves. They just got their period no more than 5 years ago. You understand? And here you go, you promoting the destruction of the very cells, man. Them young girls don't need to be down there protesting about that. They should be up there protesting about, making it known, hey, man, bring back the trades. You understand? Bring back the after school programs that these good old Democrats took away. Nobody don't want to talk about that. Bring back, remember those Isupk programs?
Yes.
They took that all away. What happened with that?
Right.
Trades. You was able to go learn trades. You know, they used to keep the schools open. You could go to the schools and learn different languages, learn culinary, different trades. You understand? Because they was given funding for it. Now they don't have it, but they're investing into the gay community, the feminist movement, and you understand, and y'all want to fight, you want to teach your child how to fight for abortions? Man, you deserve not to have kids ever again, man.
Mm-hmm. No, what you're saying is definitely correct. Is there any questions online?
Not now, sir. Time check 8:49.
All right, no questions online. Is there anybody online?
Time.
How many people?
4.
There's 4 people watching. You got any questions? Type them in now. If not, we're just gonna clip it. Give them like 2 minutes. But, you know,
Yeah, if I could, sir, I just think it's messed up because, like, as you get older, you start realizing a lot more. You know, your brain start clicking different ways. And I remember my dad used to always tell me that. I'd be like, man, I'm in the truth now. Man. You know what I'm saying? Well, how deep can it get? And like, even though he's not in the truth, you know what I mean? It's just that from years of experience, you know, you sit back, man, you seeing these young children, I live right across the street from a park. I gotta see these young kids riding around. I know I was doing crazy stuff when I was a kid, but you know, the spirit that's on these kids now is not a spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood. It's no virtuous type of bone in these young girls' bodies because the parents, y'all taking it out of them, man. You're supposed to be extolling these young girls to value themselves. You can tell that they don't value themselves. You can tell that they're ignorant. You know what I mean? You can tell that they mean as hell. And your daughter, you're grooming your daughter. And most of you sisters, you know your daughter is going viral around that school doing these little boys group chats, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can go all day on y'all, but man, y'all better stop having y'all kids believe in this American dream.
Right. See that for next week. Did anybody
Live, sir.
All right. So with that, pass the class off to priest and officer in the car.